will dry out. Catherine, let's take a look at the numbers.
Yes,
Because we have
let's
lots
do it.
to be grateful for here around the country and in South Florida. We're going to share both with you here with some numbers off the top. We've got two great guests for you today. It's a BOGO. It's a 2-for-1, right? You came for one,
Yes.
we give you two. Got a great, two great agents and a special ad here in the second half of our hour that will give you some value add for your business as well. So we're excited about that. But let's start by talking about the numbers, and we'd like to give you a snapshot of the first quarter. Here's what's happening in the first quarter in the luxury division, the language of real estate, we call it. Total luxury listings sold, Catherine, almost 4,000 for almost $7 billion in luxury sales. On the buyer side, over 4,000. So combined 13, almost 14 billion in luxury closings, over 8,000 deals. And we always love to talk about referrals. Catherine, this is a big opportunity for everybody, isn't it?
Exactly. You got to network with your fellow agents in KW. I just received a $3.5 million referral just because I went to the conferences and I spoke to people.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? And so find a luxury opportunity to connect with people. In fact, at the family reunion, we talked a couple weeks ago with an agent who got 20 pieces of business from the 4 days at family reunion.
Wow.
They didn't do anything tricky. They just got 60 to 70 cards and then made contact and did follow-up stuff. They followed the 7 steps to referrals to make that happen. So it's really cool. And there's lots of that happening, particularly in the luxury division. So we also
one thing I want to point out when I look at the numbers, Mark, sorry to interrupt you. We used to be not very, but more buyer heavy. And now we're almost balanced out, which means more listings, less buyers. I think that's really great because, as you know, as a listing agent, you will win in any market.
Yeah, I'm going to do some quick math for you here. 3942 divided by 82. We didn't figure this number, so I'm doing that's 49%. So it's virtually 5149. So it's virtually a split. By the way, the national number for that is a little less. Keller Williams nationally is about 45% on the list side and 55% on the buy side. So it's a little flip the other way. So to be at about 50-50 is pretty good, right?
Yeah,
pretty good in the higher end. So here's two other numbers we wanted to share with you today that we're just debuting. It's first quarter. And so we said, let's take a look at what some of our market centers are doing, because we looked at of the 800 market centers that Keller Williams has. We're very proud to share with you that we have 7 of them that are in the top 100 for growth. 7 of the Keller Williams South Florida market centers. We've got number 21, 25, 39, 47, 56, 79, and 95. So super congratulations to Boca Raton, Port St. Lucie, Miami Kendall, Treasure Coast, Bonita Springs, Clearwater, and East Boca, doing a great job leading the way. This is really exciting to see, isn't it, Catherine?
Amazing. The South Florida region, one of the best regions. We're so glad we're part of it.
Yeah, we're glad for everyone we have in the region. It's been an awesome run here. We also have, just as important, or maybe more important, we have 5 of the top 100 for total profit. So this is owner profit and profit share. We've got number 26 is Fort Myers, number 40 is East Boca, number 64 is Clearwater, number 67 is Naples, number 69 is Bonita Springs. So this is really good. And it looks like the West Coast is having it over the East Coast right now, Catherine.
Okay, I'll take up that challenge.
Yeah, but it's only the first quarter, right? It's only the first quarter, but it's super exciting because as a team, as a South Florida team, to have 5 in the top 100. So everyone in this group is at about between 75 and 100,000 in profit share for the first quarter. So one of the cool things about our company is it's impossible for the owners to profit without there being profit share. So as you look at this, we didn't put up all the numbers because we don't want to clutter the screen too much, but we can share more of this on our next regional team meeting. Suffice it to say, there's about $100,000 in profit share in these market centers too. So that's everybody's opportunity, and we grow together. So really cool.
Amazing. Right. Yeah.
All right. So you've got a great guest, Catherine, that you've lined up for us here in the first half, and we're excited to welcome in. So why don't you take it away?
Sure. So Mark and I, we always talk about how we can bring you as the luxury agents the most value. And I think the name of the game right now is to take market share and take new listings. How do you get new listings? You got to offer what other people don't offer. And a great value proposition in this market is staging. And I spoke the other day to my great friend, Ash Morrissey, who's in my Gary Keller Top 100 Agent Mastermind. And he told me that he just signed 12 listings, probably by now it's 15 as I know him. And he told me that he offers free staging for his clients. So I couldn't resist to bring him today to you, to this amazing mastermind, and have him share with us what he does, how he does it, and how successful he is with it. So Ash, welcome to our mastermind.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm very honored and looking forward to sharing everything with you guys.
Great. So just to talk about Ash's production, he had last year 63.5 million in volume and 79 units. Your area is Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C., correct?
Yes.
Okay, so everywhere in Northern Virginia where high prices are, this is where you are, right?
Yes, Loudoun County, Fairfax County. We cover all of Northern Virginia through to the Pentagon and DC.
Okay, well, I read yesterday an article that Virginia is now the #1 state to retire in. Is that also in your area?
Northern Virginia is expensive, so we actually are seeing a lot of people. We're, I think, a feeder market for Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. So they might be retiring in the southern part of Virginia, but not northern here.
That's what I thought. Okay, so you were until recently a solo agent, correct?
Yes.
And now you transition to a small team. Tell us a little bit about your team structure.
Yeah, so I just started really towards the end of last year building a team. So I have a director of operations, I have a virtual TC, I have an ISA that I brought on last year, and now 3 agents that just recently joined the team.
And they are buyers agents or they list and sell?
One was an agent. She's been an agent for 13 years. And during the second half of last year, her business fell off. She didn't have any closings after July. She joined our team at the end of January and had 5 settlements in one day just a couple of weeks ago. The other 2 are new agents, so just started in December.
Great, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So
Yeah.
let's talk about your staging.
Yes.
Because I was really, really impressed in how you do it. So you signed 12 listings in, or how many is it by now? Probably a few.
Yeah, we have 13 listings that we're getting ready right now. So, and to just kind of rewind, so I started as an agent in 2016, and I thought if I offered free staging, it would help me to get listings. So I worked in a furniture store, did some interior design and furniture sales, and I would have agents come in asking me what to do to get the house ready. They said, oh, we need accessories. So I would kind of guide them, oh, you should do this to stage it, move this, do that. And I thought I should jump into real estate and do this on my own. And that's kind of where it started. And I've always offered it as sort of complimentary for all of our listings.
Amazing. So how does the conversation go? So how do clients even approach you? Do you advertise the free staging? How do you get the clients to call you?
Yeah, it's part of our brand now. So, now being in the business 7 years, I'll get, sphere and repeat clients, but I advertise on social media. I try to make sure everywhere all of our marketing talks about our one thing, which is our free staging. So our mailers will have it. Our social media posts will have it. Anywhere that we go, we talk about our free staging.
So when people think about free staging, they probably think it's very complicated and costly. What do you have to say to that?
It's actually pretty simple, and it saves me more time in the end, right? So if I have a listing and it sells quicker, then that's less time. So I get paid a higher dollar per hour if my listing sells in 1 weekend versus 2 months. So there are a lot of hidden benefits to it. But I keep my own inventory. So I've got my own warehouse, and I've just added over time. If you don't want to take on that expense, you can just leverage it out to a staging company and have them do it. But as I grew, so my first year I did 6 million. And just every year as I grew, I added more to my inventory. And now we can stage 10 homes, but we're trying to figure out how to stage 13 since we got 3 more coming up.
So just to be clear, you offered free staging from the beginning.
Yes, from the beginning. And it
You
started
don't
small.
even know any difference.
I don't know any different. It started small. It started with, accessories and some furniture from my own home. My wife came home one day and all our deck furniture was gone. And and I was like, don't worry, this house is going to sell quick. It was my first listing. It was 1.6 million, and it back to the Potomac River. And I said, we need something nicer than just this, old furniture that he had. And so I put my furniture from my house.
And your wife was sitting on the floor.
That's yep. So, but I didn't know any better. That's all I did. And I always tried to get better with the staging. And now that's our brand. Agents in our area know I have 3 coming soons with just exterior photos, and we have showings on all of them because they know that if we're going to list it, it's going to look good.
Okay, so you're focused on the aesthetics of the property and to make it look the best. So you would never put out a property that doesn't look its best.
Never.
Okay, well, that explains, I mean, you have the background in design and you just brought it over to real estate. It was like a natural transition. That was the next step. Okay, great. I want to know, you told me about a client, actually an agent that sent you a referral, Lisa from San Diego, right? So tell us the story on what happened with that listing.
Yeah, so some of the benefits of staging or offering the complimentary staging are that you're going to win listings, right? They're going to, to me, whoever makes the seller's home look the most expensive is going to get them the most money. And we try to project that in our conversations. So we took over a listing earlier this year in January. They were listed with another agent, couldn't sell it. This agent referred us to the seller. They were interviewing other great top agents, all, really good agents. And they chose us because of our free staging. Not only did they select us to work with them, but we got a higher commission because of our free staging. And because we got so much over asking, we hit sort of what I call the bonus round, and we got an even higher percentage. So we took over this listing. All we did was paint and stage. That was it. And we got 131,000 over asking. We had an open house that had over 100 groups through the open house. One of the other benefits that I want to talk about is it's not just that you get the listing, that you get the commission that you want to get, but you draw more traffic to your listing, right? And I don't know about your markets, but in Northern Virginia and DC, Zillow charges about $1,000 a lead, right? So if I want to buy leads in a zip code, I give them $7,000 and I get back 7 leads, right? So I look at it like every person that comes through an open house is worth $1,000, right? And we had over 100 groups through that open house. It was like we needed somebody to do the valet parking. Like it was crazy. So yeah, so it's a huge benefit for us, for the seller, and we literally will have listing presentations and buyer presentations on the spot at our open houses.
So basically, when what I'm hearing is, in the end, it actually pays for itself because you sell the property for more money, so you make more money, and sometimes you hit a bonus. Like, explain to us how the bonus structure works. I know we're not allowed to talk about percentages, but how did you work this out with this particular seller? Because I was impressed on how you put this together.
So the seller had interviewed a few agents, and the other agents were all doing it less, right? Mm-hmm. And so he said, well, they're doing it less, I want you to do it less. And so I said, look, I tell you, I was confident in what we were doing. So I said, look, if we get you less, then yes, we'll go to the lower number. But if I get you the asking price, then I want what we're asking. If I get you more, then I want more. So, and this happened twice this year where we had a seller say, we want you to drop it by 1%. If you get, I don't know, it's 50K or 40K under. And I said, okay, well, I want to up it by 1% if we get you more. And you have to be confident.
Fair, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah. And
fair. It goes both ways.
And they both agreed to it. And I know what the end result's going to look like. So,
Mhm.
you have to be confident in what you're doing. And I know our numbers. So we average, over the last 2 years, we're averaging almost 6% over asking. So there's a good likelihood that we're going to get over asking on our listings. So it's a calculated risk, but we're averaging really high for our listing commission.
They probably thought you will never achieve that number. That's why they agreed to it, right?
He thought we did some kind of voodoo magic or trick. Like he couldn't believe that he got all this traffic, and now he's a believer, but he couldn't believe it at first. So, but it works. I mean, the stats are out there as far as, what staging will do. And we tell our sellers, if you're going to trade in a $20,000 car to the dealership, if you're smart, you're going to wash it, clean it, get it detailed. On a $1 million. So our average transaction this year is about 900K. So on a $1 million home, you've got to make it shine. So,
So question, is there a price range that you will not stage for? Like, let's say, is there something for 500,000? Will you refuse staging, or do you only do certain price ranges?
No, we do it for everybody. It doesn't matter the price range. I had somebody that listed a condo, I think 5 years ago with me for 2 something, bought a townhouse for 5. And then last year we sold it for 750 and bought a single family for 1.1. So we treat everybody the same. They get high level free staging. It's simpler for our process, and we want to be fair to everybody.
Right. So one funny thing that I saw on your marketing, you guys are going to love this. So his slogan is "Ash brings the cash." So Alex, why don't we show his flyers? Because I thought that was very catchy and great, because it's a nice wordplay.
I can't even take credit for that, because one of that's another one of our brochures here. So there's another one that says "Ash brings the cash," but that actually, yeah. So the story on this one here. So we had the 3 highest sales in one neighborhood, and then we were sending mailers, and because of our free staging, we got a 4th listing on the same street, right? And during that listing, we're live. We have the open house. We have a neighbor that comes over. She invites us over to her house, and she says, they have a saying for you in the neighborhood. And I was like, what's the saying? What are they? And she said, "Ash brings the cash." And I was like, man, that's pretty good. So now we use that on our mailers.
I thought it's so clever, so clever. So yeah, I mean, look at those pictures on the bottom, like the before and after. So the before is probably taken with a cell phone, right? And
yes.
Then the before and after, that's just incredible.
Yeah, now when you do staging, guys, make sure that you have the best photographer around, right? I took my time. My photographer is probably the most expensive, but this is your brand, right? So like when I put out my listings, other neighbors and buyers see it, right? Not only do I want to attract other sellers, but I want to attract buyers, because we do our own open houses. So we have 3 listings coming up this week. Open houses Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and each day 3 open houses. So if I didn't present it in a good manner, then there wouldn't be as much traffic. So I want my team and I to be exposed to as many sellers and buyers as possible. And it works. So we make sure we have the best photographer. Here's an example, another one here, just some before and after photos. And those before and after photos will help you to win. So I don't really have like a formal listing presentation. I meet with the sellers and I show them our work. I show them before and after photos, and it makes it easier. Like if you walk into a house and the paint is yellow, and they need to do all these upgrades, and you can easily show them a before and after and say, hey, which one would you pay more money for? Right. And then it registers with them. They're like, yes, we're going to do this. And we tell them, like, these are our high-end, staging packages that we do. This was the house that was listed with another agent the year before that didn't sell. Right. So you can see the difference. So we go in there, we bring all the furnishings, and we have it down to a science now, so we keep our costs pretty low on it. And our returns really high on it. So we probably, on this listing here, probably made, with the extra bonus and everything, probably an extra 30K.
That's amazing. And how much do you spend on staging a house like that? What's your cost?
So we pay probably, so for our movers, it's about 300 in, 300 out. We have different stagers that we kind of contract out to, and it's about 800 to 1,000 per stage. And I spend about 2,600 a month to store everything. And you have the cost of the inventory, but you know, it helps me with write-offs. And I always add to my inventory and I sell it when it becomes dated. So the staging isn't just about the furniture, right? So it's about picking the right paint colors. If you notice in this room here, we removed the wall. We picked a different paint color that you would normally not see on a ceiling.
On a ceiling, yeah.
Yeah.
Darker.
We know the best light temperature to the human eye, so we tell them what Kelvin the lights should be in their home. So we go through all these details that we know, and they're, believe me, when you sit down with a seller and you tell them, you know, what light temperature is most ideal to the human eye, like they're in shock, you know, and they're not hearing that from other agents. They're probably not even hearing that from other stagers. So we give them all this info, and you know, this was a house here that sold $500,000 over the next highest comp in the neighborhood.
Amazing.
So,
I have a question for especially for the painting. Do you also pay for the painting, or is the seller paying for that?
No, we don't pay for anything that the seller does to their own home, right?
Okay.
So like landscaping, painting, lights, we don't pay for any of that work. We have contractors, and because we do a good bit of volume, they give us, you know, some good pricing, and we'll oversee any of the work that needs to be done, but we don't cover any of that cost.
Okay, great. So we have two people that have their hands raised. So why don't we get those questions, Alex?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Nadia.
So as far as I understand, my name is Nadia. I'm in Aventura office.
Nice to meet you, Nadia.
Thank you. So as far as I understand, you don't pay for the painting. The seller agrees to pay for the painting, correct? Because it's more expensive.
Yeah.
And so my question is, have you thought about, or maybe you already tried to make a pictures like 3D renders instead of staging? Have you tried that? I mean, just to make a beautiful picture through interior designer and just post it to whatever in social media or in MLS, and don't make a staging.
Yeah, so you're talking about virtual staging, and it's not the same impact, right? So we get a lot of listings off of our open houses. I could do an open house, 4 open houses in a week, and I'll probably get 1 listing off of it. Because you get neighbors that come when they see it, and even the buyers when they're in there, when they see it, they're wowed by it. They can't believe that it's done at that high level, and then they can't believe that it's done for free. So the virtual staging, I haven't seen too many that I've been like super impressed with. There are some, you know, decent ones there that are out there, but I found that if you're going to be doing your own open house, which to me you should, you're missing out on that impact when a buyer or seller walks in. And then on top of that, the seller, you spoil them, right? Like if you get free staging with me and you go and you list with another agent, like you're gonna be spoiled. Like you can't go back to like no free staging. Right.
And I personally think the virtual staging, because I've done that on a few listings, it looks nice online, but when the people come in, they're always disappointed because it's just, you know, it's almost like lying to the consumer. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many rooms are you staging normally? So
Yeah.
is it particular number of rooms, like just master bedroom and living room and kitchen, or?
So we stage the entire main level, right? And that's going to have the biggest impact. We stage the master bedroom, and then in the secondary bedrooms, if they're occupied, we'll still bring artwork and help them to declutter. But we won't bring furniture in secondary bedrooms unless it's a main level bedroom. Because in our area, that's very sought after. So main level bedroom, we will stage. In our basements, it depends on the basement. Sometimes they have awkward layouts and it's better not to put anything in there. Other times we'll stage it. So it just depends on what we think is going to have the biggest impact for the homeowner.
Right. Awesome.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Ash, to wrap this up, you go really on the visuals, you make sure you show your sellers the before and after, what you can do, you show them proof, and then you show them proof in numbers. And this is how you convince them to go with you, pay a premium, and convert the leads.
Yes, and you're able to give a listing presentation in a matter of minutes. So I literally, we had 2 listings and a buyer last year that I met on actually a plane ride down to Florida. She was sitting on the aisle seat. My son was in the middle, and we started talking. And I was telling her how I had a busy week. We staged 2 or 3 properties, and so I showed her the album on my phone. So I have an album with before and after photos on my phone. And she said, one day when I'm ready to sell, I'm going to reach out to you. I never even got her info. Like, I just forgot, never got her info. She messaged me on my business page 2 years later, and we listed 2 homes. She bought a house with us here and bought another home down in Florida.
Well, because you have a great value proposition, and it's not that easy to copy for other people. So Ash, congratulations on building your business. I'm your fan. All of you, if you have any referrals for Northern Virginia, Washington, DC, Ash is your man. Send him your referrals. He's going to take great care of them. And Ash, thank you so much for being on the call. If you guys have any questions, reach out to him or put your questions in the chat, and I'll have Mark take over with our amazing Heather. Thanks, Ash.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Ash. There's a couple of questions in the chat box you might jump on about using special lighting when taking pictures and so forth. It'd be great if we could answer them in there. We're going to hop on to our next guest, because if you're sitting there thinking, boy, this is so good that Ash shared all this stuff, right, Catherine? And okay, I know that staging and design can add value to the property, and he's saying 6% over asking, and luxury staging makes your house feel more expensive. What if I had this business, this staging business, in a box? Because you don't have it and you want it. Well, we do have it, and it's actually in a Tiffany box. It comes wrapped really nice. So we're excited to share this with you. We want to welcome Heather Kane in to talk about style to design. Heather, what you've put together is a unique package where agents can build a business and create a unique value proposition for buyers, sellers, and investors. So welcome.
Thank you. And Ash, I'm a fan. I personally have been staging and designing all of our listings for almost 20 years. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. And like ourselves, like us too, Ash, we have 7 warehouses, 500,000 in inventory, 57 listings, and 91 million in active and pending right now. And it's all based on the value proposition of staging and design. So
it's incredible.
Heather, are you willing to take your lawn furniture from the backyard and put it in the house? Like Ash did. You know what?
It's so funny. We actually just got the request for exterior staging and renovation designs from our members, and we launched it. So it's actually on the dashboard that I'm going to be showing all of you guys today.
Awesome.
To give you a little tiny explanation, so Gary Keller challenged me to take a staging and design business and put it in a box, because not all of you have the amazing gift that Ash has, right? He has an eye for design. He has an eye for selections. He has an eye for color. He has an eye for lighting. And some of you are probably like, yeah, that's not me. And that's okay. So what we did is we created a solution for you that is the easy button. I also am not a fan of virtual design because I do feel like you let the client down. And so we created what's called reality design. And so I'm going to share with all of you guys that right now. I think you just gave me access to screen share.
Yeah, you should have that.
Yes, I've got it. All right. Whoa, here, gotta love that. Whoops, sorry. Hold on one second. Can you guys see my screen?
We sure can. Yeah, it looks great.
Awesome, thank you. Sorry, we were in, I'm in KW Wellington today, and we had a demo here. So can you guys see the dashboard right now?
Yeah, we can. We can see luxury,
Awesome.
comfy bedroom, living room, etc.
Great. So I'm going to take you to the main dashboard. What you're going to see right here is when you become a member of Style to Design, you get access to a dashboard, which is everything that you would need for staging and designing your house. I'm so sorry. I had this pulled up, and of course, now it is not. Hold on one second, you guys. Of course.
This is
It
great
logs
because
me-
what
it
you
logs
put
me
all
out.
together, what you've put all together for everyone, Heather, is so much of what Ash was talking about that would take us forever to figure out and to assemble. And you've put it here in a nice little package for everybody. So this is great.
I did, and thank you guys for your patience. Really quick, as I have to log back in. I am not in my home office today because I spoke to Keller Williams Wellington, and for some reason I got bumped out of the internet. So I am back in. All right. So the dashboard, when you become a member, you log in and you get access to this platform right here. So I'm actually going to show you one of my favorite things. Ash, can you and I role play? Would that be fun?
Yes.
Did you unmute yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
So Ash has a property that was built in 1990 that he's wanting to sell, and yet he still wants to get top dollar for this house. Does that ever happen?
All the time.
All the time. So Ash, you're the seller and I'm the agent, okay?
Okay.
Hey Ash, thank you so much for having me in your home today.
Yes. Thank you for coming out.
Awesome. So my job as your agent is to sell your house for the most amount of money and as fast as possible. Is that something that you're wanting to accomplish?
Yes.
Great. So when we look at the comps, you're going to see that a home that is renovated actually sells more price per square foot than an unrenovated house. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So when we go to sell your house, you might get the objection from buyers that says, you know, we love the house, but it's going to need a lot of work. Right.
Yeah.
And so as your agent, I want to make sure that I can overcome all of those objections for you. So in lieu of that, I've actually had my design team create all of these renovation solutions for your house from every style and price point so they could actually renovate this home, and I can show them the potential that your home can be. So let's go ahead and pick modern here. So you'll see what my design team has done is not only created the look, but we've actually sourced all the product for you that has the click-through link where you can actually order the product directly. So I'm going to give you an example of how we would do this in your home. I would actually take a picture of your house, and we could pick from any one of these design boards right here. And I can actually simulate every single one of those designs into your house through my artificial intelligence that I've created. Do you think that would be powerful of overcoming the objections of your kitchens and baths are outdated?
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. Sounds expensive too.
Yeah. So this is actually at no cost to you. It's the value proposition of hiring me as your agent is not only am I going to be able to be the solution for outdated kitchens and baths for those buyers, but I can actually help them become the visual of what your house could be. So all the potential of your home.
How long would this take? Because we want to get on the market soon. We heard the
Yeah,
market
so
is still hot.
Yeah, it takes 48 hours for us to get the image back for you.
Wow.
Yeah. So my job as your agent is to help you sell your house for the most amount of money and also be able to overcome all the objections. So with the home that has some original items in it, you know, I want to make sure that I can create that visual for that buyer.
Okay.
All right. So you guys, that is just one solution that you can use this platform in. We win all day, every day on just showing our clients that. So the renovation solution button that we have, this is great for also sellers, for buyers that are wanting to purchase a property. So many times we have a buyer consult And the buyer's like, I only want houses that are updated. I'm sure you, but yet my budget is 900 and I want water. And you're like, yeah, that's not happening, right? You now can become the solution, because to them, it seems very overwhelming because they don't have the gift of design, right? And here you have everything from cost effective all the way up to very high end luxury items. So you'll see there's hundreds of designs that you can pick from, and every single one of these designs can be simulated in every single one of listing that you have. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you want to offer staging service, right? But yet you don't even know where to begin. So what we've done is we've built a dashboard where we've sourced all the product for you, everything from affordable to luxury items. So in the dashboard, you actually can pick the style. So Ash, what would you say the style is most in your area? Is it traditional, coastal, well, not coastal, farmhouse, modern?
Yeah, I mean, we
mid-season?
see a lot of, we're seeing modern farmhouse.
Okay, let's go to modern. So what you'll see is we've designed all of these are considered our affordable designs. Everything is beautifully designed for you, and we've actually sourced all the product. So if you're wanting to build out a staging inventory, you literally can do that by a click of a button. You can literally pick anything you want from these design boards, and you'll see they're very affordable pricing. You can also, if you have a client that's wanting to furnish their home, you literally at the click of a button, you can download all of these design boards as PDFs, and you can email them to your customer with all the embedded links directly into the file. Isn't that cool, Ash?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So say Ash is an influencer and he actually wants to earn product off of all of this. We teach and train them, teach and train you how you can take this board and you can actually modify the links so that it goes to your affiliate links as well. Okay. So we do this on many different things. So if you want to build a staging inventory, we've designed all the rooms for you. So you don't have to have any design sense. And then you have a stager that has it already laid out for them. They know exactly how to position that in a room, right? And in these design boards, we've not only just sourced the furniture, but we've sourced the flooring, the wall color. We even have like detailed wood feature walls. So if you'll notice a lot in our farmhouse, we do a lot of feature walls, you know, for the master bedroom, we did a feature wall. So this can really give them the aesthetic visual. So let's talk about other ways that we can use this. Do you have Airbnbs and VRBOs where people need to furnish their properties? Yes.
Yeah.
You can become the solution for all your Airbnb, and these are affordable. So you can you can create a whole nother business. Can you earn revenue off this? Absolutely. We had an agent on our memberships that actually earned 100 grand in 30 days after going after short-term rental companies. He put together packages of 3, 5, and 10, and he actually sold the boards to property management companies, and they use these to furnish their investors' properties. So there's many ways that you can use this. We actually just won 120 listings with a builder. And because we're furnishing all the spec houses and we're the design solution for the buyers off this platform. So this is your easy button. You know, this is your easy button that if you wanted to use this to help with picking out your staging inventory, you can use it. If you want to help buyers with furnishing their homes, you can use it. And you have to have zero skill set on design, right? And then we've also built an entire luxury platform. So what we've done is we've taken the other boards and we've elevated them to more of a luxury look, so that way these are sourced from more of your restoration hardware, Pottery Barn and stuff like that. What do you think, Ash?
That's amazing. So the prices are all, you kind of have like set prices for each package, right?
Yeah, so on these rooms right here, they're considered the non-luxury rooms. These rooms are usually under $3,500. That doesn't include the flooring, you know, but those are under $3,500. So those are more of your staging, your homes that are wanting to furnish that are under $1 million.
Yeah.
And your homes that want to go more luxury, that's when you click on the luxury tab and you have access to that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do another fun role play with this real quick. So sometimes, Ash, people, you know, agents that are on here, they don't have the inventory, right? They need to start getting started. So this is the way to get started. So you're the seller, I'm the agent. Ash, thank you so much for having me in your home today.
Thank you for coming out.
Ash, did you know that a staged home, according to the National Association of Realtors, sells for 8 to 10% more than an unstaged house?
Wow, that's a lot. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So my job as your agent is to sell your house for the most amount of money. Is that something you wanted to accomplish?
Yes, absolutely.
When you list with me, I invest in your investment because we're partners in this to help you with selling your house. So because of that, I went ahead and had my design team create some looks for your house. And when we were talking, you said that you really liked more of that farmhouse look. So we're going to open up this farmhouse. These are considered our accessory boards. So looking at these are all items that we would invest in, we would purchase to put into your house to help you sell your house for the most amount of money, in addition to helping with the decluttering of your home.
Wow.
Ash, if I were to invest in buying this in your house, would you hire me as your realtor?
I think so.
Great. Now, Ash, if I were to invest in this and I were to actually gift this to you at closing as my closing gift, would you sign the listing paperwork today?
Wow. I think I might.
Yeah. So you don't have to do that, you guys, but these are our accessory boards. Buyers and sellers are visual people. They have to see it. And so Ash does a great job on before and afters, but when it also comes to staging, they want to see what they're going to get, right? So these accessory boards are fantastic. And this is how we're able to just literally win listings over and over and over again, because we have this on hand, we have this in inventory. So we just keep circulating to different houses. But if someone's giving me the objection, well, I want to wait, I'm going to hire another agent. I'm like, listen, you got 24 hours. If you sign that listing paper in 24 hours, you get this for free.
When
And
you say
this
is that the accessories?
is the accessories,
Just the accessories. Okay.
just what you see in this board. And then that's their closing gift, at closing, is they get to keep all of these items. Okay. So everything you see here, this is sourced from Amazon, Wayfair, and Target, and it's under $1,000. Okay. Wow. So that's just another great way that we really win those listings. Now, we also, like I said before, we created seasonal looks. We have porches, we have exteriors, we've designed everything. Now you can use this to just help your clients with furnishing their outdoor spaces, but you can also use this. We do a ton of exteriors. If a client says, well, I really just don't like the exterior of their home, well, we can create the solution for them. This just launched, and we launched new exteriors this Friday as well, but we can actually take all of these and we can simulate them on your listings. So say you have an outdated exterior, we can actually take all of the roof tiles, the pavers, the front, we can do everything, we can simulate it for you. Okay.
Amazing.
Pretty cool, right? So
Yeah.
let's go back to the dashboard. Ash and Catherine talked about virtual staging. The reason I am not a fan of virtual staging is just a bunch of cyber stuff, right? They can't actually tangibly get the items and actually create the look, right? So we created what's called reality staging. So we took those beautiful design boards that you saw, and we actually simulate those into the house. Okay. So that way, when a buyer comes in the house, because we stage almost all of our listings, but there are situations where we have a smoker, we have pets, we have a lot of kids, and their house is trashed, and we don't want to put our stuff in there. But we believe listings are our resume. What you put out is what you get back. So we want all of our listings to look beautiful, right? So we will, in those situations, reality stage. And what we're doing is we're taking that furniture, but it's real tangible stuff. We're simulating the home. And then we have the design board to be able to give to the buyer that says, here's actually the links to purchase this and create this in reality. That makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Pretty cool, right? So you get to pick from any design that you want, and then you actually get to pick, we give you options of how many images. So this is an additional cost here. And then from there, you get to pick the design board that you want, and then you can simulate that design into your listing. And then it shows you right here which actual design board it is, so that you can go back to the platform and reference that design board. Any questions on that, you guys?
Love it.
Ash, when you see this as someone who put such a premium on staging and the opportunity to get more for a home and create clients for life, what are your thoughts on seeing this?
This is incredible, and they've done all the work for you. So if you don't have, one of the things we didn't talk about is just the time that it takes to go and source all of these things. So, and our time is very valuable. So if you have this and it's going to cut all that time out, I would definitely take advantage of it.
Yeah. One of the things that Ash talked about too is making sure that your marketing is on point. And the reason why, so I moved to Naples 7 years ago. I didn't know a person, right? I knew no one. And I built our business to, I think we did 232 million last year off this value proposition, but it's because I'm consistent. My message is out there. I stage, I design, I sell homes for top dollar. We're 13% higher than our competition. So what I also did is I created a marketing platform. I created a marketing platform so that the agents have everything that they need in Canva. So everything from listing inserts to all your social media templates, everything you would need to get that value proposition out consistently, we've done that for you. So you literally, by a click of a button, can add your logo, your photo, your email, whatever you want to do. It's all in this marketing dashboard. So that's your easy button too, right? Because as you know, that takes a lot of time and energy. So all of this is there, from brochures to farming letters, everything's in the system as well. Now, if you said to me, well, Heather, I don't even want to log into Canva. I don't even want to do any of that. I want you to do that. We have that solution as well, where we actually deliver to your inbox every month 24 branded templates with the content of when to post it, a calendar of when to post it, what hashtags to use. I have almost 21,000 followers, so I've proven what works and what doesn't work. And so we deliver those to you in every single month by a Google Drive as well. So that is an additional cost, but it's a way that you don't have, it's leverage, right? To be able to do that. And then in addition to all of this, I've built a fantastic staging and design business. So I teach masterminds and education, weekly workshops for all of our members. And then I give you basically the playbook of what you need to take a small staging and design business to grow it as big as I have. Or if you just want it as leverage in your business, I teach and train you on how to do it as well, small or big.
Yeah, this is great. It's a value add for the agents and for the agents' clients. So it's both. We have people already wanting to sign up for this, Heather. So where do they go next? Do they go to styledesign.com? Is that the best way?
Yes. So you're going to go to styledesign.com. That's our homepage right here. You'll click on the membership tab. We have 3 different types of memberships. An individual membership is $199 and you get unlimited access to all of our design boards. The only thing that you pay extra for is when we simulate. So if you simulate your kitchen and bath, if you simulate the design boards into the house, or you want us to deliver your personally branded marketing, that's the only additional cost. And then it's additional versus how many, seats that you want. If you want 3 memberships or 5 memberships, then there's an additional cost. I'm going to share with you an awesome story real quick. Okay, Mark?
Great. Love it. Yeah.
On my way to Wellington to come speak to this amazing market center, I got a text message from one of my agents that's been trying to go after a for sale by owner. It's almost a $4 million listing and he has gotten 0 response. So he took the Style to Design platform and their pictures were online, right, of their house. And he simulated a renovated kitchen and he simulated 3 of the rooms staged. The seller immediately texted him back. He went on the listing appointment and he got a signed listing contract just because of this platform.
Wow. I love that. Yeah. Well, you're giving something to a client that they can't really get anywhere else, right? It's a unique value proposition. That's what Gary teaches us. Is in the shift book is make offers for immediate response. That's what your person did, right?
Yeah, he did. And he's like, I can't believe it, Heather. He signed it. And I'm like, he did it. So another stage in the books, right, Ash, that we will have to get it physically staged.
Incredible.
Well, that is fantastic, Heather. We know you've got to run because you've got a presentation in there at 2:00, but we are so grateful for all your time and we look forward to having you as a guest on again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate you all for having me.
All right, take care. Ash, I
Yeah,
want to thank you as well. Catherine, as we bring Ash back in here to close out. We appreciate Ash being here today, and we appreciate all you shared with your staging to sell properties, which is terrific. And we want to remind everyone of our next call. Catherine, any closing thoughts that you want to share?
Closing thoughts, add value to your sellers because people want to see something different now. The market is not how it used to be. And if you give them additional value, they will go with you and they will pay the price.
Yeah. Yeah, and Heather just shared that so powerfully in somebody who just was able to get a piece of business, which is what you shared, Ash, right? This is winning business, right, at the highest level.
We are, I mean, we were 50% up last year, and most agents in our area were down by 35, 40%. And this year we're tracking to do even better than last year. So it works.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Thanks again for guesting with us today. Catherine, I'm going to share with everyone when our next call is so you can mark your calendar. It's going to be on a Tuesday. I trust you. Tuesday, May 16th from 1 to 2. And we're going to line up another great guest for you. And we'll have all the latest stats and stories and information for you at that time. Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you all so much for being on the call. We hope this was of value to you as well. And next time we'll have another great topic.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Have a great afternoon. Take care, everybody.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet.